Welcome to Elbordernews. We are an independent news company which informs about the border between the United States and Mexico. We're active on several social platforms such as Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube. For every new change or modification of the situation, we will publish the information on the spot. These days, about 350 million crossings annually are recorded. A lot of Mexican immigrants are trying to reach the United States of America. But since Donald Trump's election, it has become harder than ever. His plan is to build a wall, and this makes the border a crisis zone. We chose this issue because it is intensely discussed these days throughout the whole world. Often, the true facts are hidden, but we want to present to our audience the truth about the critical situation at the border of the United States of America and Mexico. To learn more about this topic, we interviewed Miss Sandy.
Hello, I'm Ines, a reporter from the Elbordernews, and I'm going to interview Miss Sandy about the problem with the wall between the USA and Mexico.
I know that Trump is building a wall, I think, to keep out the Mexicans from entering USA in the masses.
Are you with or against the idea of stopping those Mexicans from going to USA?
I don't think you should stop anybody. You should give everybody the right to apply to come into a country and assess them fairly. I think building a wall is a very big statement and is quite aggressive. If you have fair border controls, then building a wall is really irrelevant because there is a gate in between that wall where obviously someone might pass through, and if the border controls are always fair, then the wall becomes irrelevant.
Hello, Mr. Zocchi.
Hello.
Ms. Jasbeck.
Hello.
We are here to talk about the implementation of the wall between the United States and Mexico. And I am for this implementation because I want my children to be prevented from drugs, and I want them to avoid drug cartels, drug dealers, which will come in our America if we do nothing against this migration, these migrants. So I want the wall to be constructed so as these cartels and all these drugs be banned from America. What do you think?
I see your point, but I think a wall can't stop the drug dealing. It's just a wall.
The fact is that most of the drugs that has been confiscated by police, American police, have been discovered after the crossing of the border, because they are hidden so good when drug dealers cross the border, that it's really hard to discover them, and just a wall wouldn't change this fact.
Okay, but you are talking about crossing borders. But if we build a wall, then there are no way for migrants to cross this border because of the military, because of the border control. So it will be impossible for the drugs to go from Mexico to the United States. And later, it will bring, like, the construction of the wall will bring many advantages for the iron market in the United States, because Mexico is going to pay for this wall, and America, we are going to build all the iron and all this stuff. So it will create money, it will create jobs, it will increase our economy. What do you think about it? Because it's the point of the wall.
It's not the point of the wall to increase the money, but you have to think about the consequences of this wall in the wildlife, because animals can be affected about this wall, and it's not just about the animals, but the health of Mexicans too.
Yeah, but I prefer talking about the health of the American than the health of Mexican. We have to say that this is collateral damages. It's like we want a better and a safer America, on behalf of the health of Mexicans. And that is my final point. I want to discuss later, but this wall has to be created.
You're good. You bring good points, but there are a lot of problems for this building. For example, that most of the territory in Texas where this wall would go through are private property, and the owner wouldn't leave the property because the government has already tried several times to claim this territory for itself, but the owner never give up their territory. So there are a lot of problems, and we have to think with these problems, with these with these highways. Is it a good idea to build it, even if there are good consequences?
Thank you, Ms. Yazbek.
Thank
Ms.
you.
Zoki, Mr.
My
Zoki.
pleasure.
Welcome to Elbordernews. Welcome for the behind the scene footage where Francesco and Tyler are writing the article who will be published this night about the Mexico patrol and what does the police do in this border. Ines is doing researches so as to interview Miss Sandy.
And I'm the social media.
Yeah, the social media expert. This is the person who does what you are seeing on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
So follow us.
Yeah, follow us. And
Follow
Elborder
us,
News
yeah.
on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We are tweeting lots of things. And now we are going to interview our expert, Miss Sandy, and to see what she thinks about the border. So stay tuned.
Welcome to. Forms about the border between the United States. Come on. Come on.
No, repeat.
Wait, are you?